In a week where emotions surge and secrets threaten to rupture already fragile relationships, Port Charles finds itself once again at the epicenter of scandal, heartbreak, and revelation. From Drew Cain's public disgrace to Willow Tate's searing fury, and Portia Robinson's cunning victories, the days of May 5 through 9 will leave no heart untouched in the world of General Hospital. As Wednesday dawns, Laura Spencer Collins, ever the vigilant mayor, meets with Curtis Ashford to assess the aftermath of an unexpected scandal that rocked the Savoy the previous night. The name on everyone's lips is Drew Cain. Once a man of principle and quiet fortitude, Drew has now become a figure of public shame, the kind that feeds both political ambitions and tabloid headlines. Curtis, strategically entwined in plans to unseat Sonny Corinthos' control of the city's pier, gleefully reports Drew's humiliating display. His actions, whether planned sabotage or drunken spontaneity, threatened to derail any serious aspirations he held, particularly those orchestrated behind the scenes by Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves. Portia, meanwhile, is glowing with satisfaction. The so-called ketamine hooker ploy, a bizarre but successful operation she conspired on with Nina, yielded more damaging results than they anticipated. Drew's fall from grace was swift and irreversible, captured not just in the whispers of the elite but preserved eternally in viral footage circulating online. Still, Nina, ever caught between vengeance and maternal instinct, harbors pangs of guilt, not because of Drew, but because of Willow. Willow Tate, who had only just returned from a harrowing and unsuccessful journey to Germany to confront her estranged husband, found herself thrust into another emotional firestorm. Expecting to reclaim her dignity and her son, she instead returned to chaos. Drew, unconscious in an unfamiliar place, and a storm of digital accusations painting him as violent, unhinged, and disloyal. If there had been a sliver of forgiveness in her heart after the Germany ordeal, it vanished at the sight of the man she once trusted now lying in disgrace, and worse, implicated in a scandal involving both violence and prostitution. But Willow's fury was not only for Drew. Her rage extended to those complicit in his downfall, Nina, Portia, and perhaps even Lulu Spencer. The latter had witnessed too much and seemed all too eager to share her story. Whether Lulu's motivation is justice, opportunism, or old resentments remains unclear, but her sudden request for an interview suggests she's ready to speak. If Alexis Davis, once her confidant, becomes the conduit for that story, it might also expose deeper wounds, ones connected to Sam McCall's adoption and decades of buried family pain. Trina Robinson, consumed by love and fear, stands at another precipice entirely. Her desperate pleas to Kai to reconsider his high-risk surgery are met with cold indifference. Kai, a man determined to defy mortality, seems unmoved. But behind his composed facade is a crack, a growing fear that he may not survive. In the same corridor, Lulu approaches Alexis. Is it to unburden herself of Drew's debacle, or is it something more personal? The boundaries between truth and betrayal are thinning, and Port Charles's citizens feel the tremors. Elsewhere, Carly Corinthos recounts Sonny's brush with death in Los Angeles. If not for Brick's intervention, the mob boss would be nothing more than a memory. Now back on her home turf, Carly begins to connect threads. Brennan, the brooding intelligence operative, presents a theory that chills her. Sonny's near assassination may not be a singular event but part of a wider plot. Port Charles is no stranger to violence, but this feels targeted, intimate, and deeply calculated. As Thursday arrives, Jocelyn Jacks is on a mission. Still stung by her recent failures, she concocts a scheme so outrageous it teeters on the edge of criminality. Her goal? Eliminate Emma and every other candidate vying for Dalton's attention. But Dalton, ever direct, refuses to play along. Her desperation, however, makes her reckless. As she spirals, Vaughn mocks her incompetence. The mission that was meant to prove her loyalty to the WSB now threatens to expose her immaturity and emotional volatility. Meanwhile, Chase reaches out to Dante with a quiet request, one that may have life-altering consequences. The adoption process he and Brooke Lynn have quietly begun is a journey they tread carefully. But Brooke Lynn, unable to keep secrets any longer, confides in Tracy. The truth about her teenage pregnancy and the years of trauma at the hands of Lulu come pouring out. It's a moment of catharsis, but also one that could unravel years of carefully guarded lies. Yet even amid personal reckonings, the Drew saga continues to dominate every conversation. Laura urges Lulu to tread carefully, whether it's about protecting Dante and Brooke Lynn's delicate truce or avoiding deeper entanglement in Drew's scandal. There are whispers of a video. Not just one, but several, showing Drew not only unconscious but possibly involved in the shooting of Jacinda. TikTok has done what no tabloid could. It has immortalized his downfall. Drew, now in the hospital and struggling to make sense of his actions, has no recollection of what happened. His memory is a haze, his narrative unreliable. But Willow's pain is sharp and searing. She doesn't care whether he remembers. For her, the betrayal is real, the humiliation public, and the consequences unavoidable. On Friday, Max Scorpio makes a grim discovery. A crime has been committed, but the specifics are still under wraps. Port Charles never lacks for suspects or motives, but this time, the fallout feels different. There's a growing sense that everything is connected, from Drew's collapse to Sonny's near murder to Jocelyn's unraveling plan. It's as if an invisible thread binds them all, and someone, somewhere, is pulling it. Lulu, driven by a newfound clarity, seeks out Dante. Their conversation is tender but weighted. The air is thick with what is unspoken. Is it love? Regret? Or the simple desire to reclaim what was lost? As they sit together, the chaos of Port Charles temporarily fades, and what remains is a moment of raw, human truth. And yet, that truth is fragile. Because beneath the surface, secrets still churn. Baby secrets. Love confessions. Political games. And ultimatums that, once spoken, can never be taken back. As the sun sets on another week in Port Charles, no one is safe from the storm that's brewing, not Drew, not Willow, not even Sonny. And when the final truth emerges, it may not be a question of who survives, but who still has something left to lose. Would you like to continue this storyline or explore a different character's arc next?